Okay, so we're going to drag the track under here with the Cub Cadet. Back him out that way. Get everything situated. Get our master right here in the drive. And then we're probably going to put a chain over the idler. And we'll see if the Cub Cadet will drag us back to the sprocket here. Cody says it will. So we'll jump out of here and get this set up and put you back. I'll probably let this thing run on high speed for watching us roll this track on. All right, well, we're going to crank the adjusters in. Take some of that slack out there. We got a spare tooth right there that I thought I could walk it out of there, but it wants to stay, so we got we're gaining one pin right there. We could either jack it up, but we'll take a little adjustment up on it, then roll it back and forth and get everything right, and then we'll put our pads on. The clip for this master pin disintegrated last time we took this out, so when we're all done with this, I just put a tack on there and it stays nice. If you want to take it out, just hit it with a grinder, pound it from the other side. All right, so we'll do a bunch of cranking and get some adjustment taken up. Okay, we're back. There's another difference I don't know if I mentioned between a 420 side frame and a 40 side frame. On a 420, I did mention we had to cut some pieces for here. This is large in the center. On a 420, you've got a rod that goes in here and it's just held in by spring tension, and your adjuster is up this way on idler carrier. That's why we've got that large hole in here. Now that would have been fine except for the on a 40 side frame, this is an inch forward. It's at 26 inches from the end of the rail. And on here, it's 27. So rather than cutting that apart and moving it, there is the idea that I could possibly pull a pad out of here, but I don't have enough length to pull a link. I don't have a press either. I could have made a pin hammer and heated that and drove it through. But I'd just as soon press them out if we were going to do it. I could bring the tracks to somebody or such a thing. So we got these almost tight and realized we weren't going to have enough to get the nut on the back. So we put our back spacer on the front, which gives us plenty, and we decided to set it up like a 420. So because of the way this is set up with this adjusting rod, this nut would possibly come loose if it's not jammed from the back by the other nut that's normally there. So what we did is we cut a spacer to fill that hole like you've got setting in on a 420, and then we put our nut on so everything's tight across there, and spring pressure will keep this here like a 420. So we should be all right that way. If there's anything strange with it, well, we'll adapt to this. At that point, I would probably leave this 420 adjuster flange intact, and I'd put one in up here. Or we can get, if I move it forward, then we could pull a link out if we had to. But we're going to stick with this for now and try it that way. So we'll be back in a little while. We got to put these pads back on. I'll probably set you up in high speed that. Well, there we go. This side is back together. We got the other things we were going to do on here. We'll run some. Next thing we're going to do is break this and pull that final. That's not so bad. Shouldn't be so bad. I'm going to break the master, pull the drive sprocket, blade arm mount can stay on. We'll drop that final out of there. You know what I want? I want to make a nice farming video like from the tractor cab with the disc or something like that. Not that recording this is a bad thing, but I'm officially ready for this crawler to be done. So I didn't film any taking this apart. I got involved. We were outside pulling our little part here. Here, let me show you what we got. So this is a linkage that's bad in there. What we had. Now I understand these guys that have difficulties with. Let me put this canvas. Yeah. So last year when this went hardware store, got tie rod end, and we should be able to pull this screw, put the ball in, I could have done that through the inspection cover. It wasn't easy, but we could have done it. But this screw will not come out of here. We ground the bolt into a screwdriver and tempered the end, and they're trying to turn it with a ratchet, and no earthly way will you turn that end. So what we did is we ground the ball so that we could slip in there, turned it, got it tight so it would be all right, and then had a piece of like mechanics wire around here for the rest of our wood making. Now, depending on how you get it, if you get it there, which is how we had it in there, it will stay, probably would have stayed a long time, but my luck, back 40, we'd have that, and then that side has no clutch, which you'd still get it out of the woods. We got it back here last year. So in the final case of parts dozer I have, we've got one with practically new condition. So we got to put this in. We pulled that one out of there. So yeah, this one we just broke the track, rolled it out of the way, jacked it up, pulled the final. It's kind of upside down right now. I should probably prop it the other way. We'll have oil running out of there eventually. So that part is pretty good. Clutch and brake adjustment were good. We went through all that, monkeyed with it. So our brakes still have, here, let me see if I can get you some light. We still got material to the rivets, and brake bands are not terrible. That adjusting rod goes from here along the back of here and then goes to the steer lever linkage right there. You have to slide the steer lever over to get this to come back enough to get the clearance in here to get that out. So other than that, it's not too bad. Since we didn't get anything coming apart, maybe we'll get some stuff coming back together. It's getting pretty hungry out, so I think we're gonna call this project for the day and go have something to eat. We can put this up, put this together. Tomorrow, I'll clean it up in there a little bit and put everything back. Final didn't come apart too bad. We did, I did have to go and consult the manual, where it says in the manual, be sure to remove the 2 bolts that come from the back of the final drive housing, which are those 2 right there. So yeah, we got everything loosened up. I'm like, why won't this move? Well, yeah, we forgot to be sure to take those 2 bolts out. So well, we'll see if that last clip was worth putting in there or not. They'll run on high speed if it does. I'll run through it and see what we see. I'm not going to put it in if it doesn't look interesting. I think you're going to see my back a lot, sorting through 6 different sizes of wrenches. There's a lot of different bolts on here. Some of them are actually by design, they're original bolts, but some of them are different. And we got these down in this housing here. There's the drawbar studs. You got to drive them through, put a bolt in the back, drive them through from this side when you disassemble it, then drive them back in when you're done, and then these bolts go through the center of them. Kind of a strange thing, but it works. So we'll continue buttoning this side up and see where that gets us to. All right, well, I came out here in a wind at this winter rye field here. We are about to go put the blade back on the 40. My question was, the deer nibbling every green shoot that comes on here. Now, the snow, it's been snow and snow and snow and snow. This hasn't been uncovered for all that long. But they're in here every morning, every night. I mean, last fall's growth they eat right down to nothing. Some of this stuff is trying to green up. It's definitely coming back. My question is, are they carrying more nutrients away, or are they carrying more nutrients back? I mean, if somebody did a deer pellet survey out here, they'd think we had about 500 per square mile, but I got winter rye here, and I got the winter rye on the other side of the barn. I've probably got every deer in 4 square miles is probably here every night. So we'll go get this set up, and we'll get a blade on the 40. Well, here we go. That's back together. Could we do more things? Yep. I told Cody, something like this, we can work out about forever if we wanted to. Then it would be restored, and we'd have to put rubber pads on it and take it in parades, and that's not really the intention of this thing. So other side came out good. Got this side all buttoned up. The final clutch is nice. Steer's good. Went through and greased all the undercarriage and everything. We got to do a service on this. I'm going to drain the finals, and that stuff looked not the best. It's been a while since I did the transmission and the finals, and it's out. We push manure with it. It's in the woods. It's any of you guys at these older tractors know if they're out at all. you get water in the case from various places. It gets in through the shifter and wherever else. So the transmission's a little bit milky, and like I said, it's time for it to have an oil change anyway, so we'll go through it and do the fluids and stuff, but we're gonna call this the 40 crawler side frame project is done. Thanks for watching. I appreciate all the encouragement and the comments that I've been getting during this project. We'll definitely have some footage of this thing working when we're doing something with it, and some of this other stuff, like I said earlier, I'd like to get to maybe making some farm videos. Lots of farm YouTube channels out there. I'm not sure what this one's going to be. A little bit of everything. You know, next winter we'll get some wood making with this dozer, and I kind of want it to be a farm channel, even though I'm not really a full-time farmer by any stretch. But who knows, maybe somebody will get an idea, or maybe somebody will see what I'm doing and comment and give me an idea. I don't know. But again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.